Our first case study was about a prisoner who was 28 years old and liked to be referred to as Sam throughout this case study. His family history showed a lot of neglect, and this is due to his father's departure when he was just 6 years old. Because of this, his mother constantly had other relationships with the surrounding neighbors, and due to these situations, Sam started smoking and drinking at a very early age. He became quickly dependent on these substances to take his mind off his current situations, and this can later be seen as a factor as to why he was diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder.
So because of Sam's rebellious actions, he was previously jailed for cheating a case and for assaulting a friend. And the most recent time he was caught for an offense was for police constablement, which is just a charge that's implemented when the state's fees aren't paid for. And after getting in a fight with one of his roommates, which was because he refused to pay money that was owed through a bet, he now had to see a psychiatrist named Calcutta. And he was, after that, he became brutally beaten up by the wardens at the county jail. And then eventually, Sam stated that he wanted to show his power, and he claimed that there is no remorse related to his actions.
Because of Sam's past actions and other situations that occurred within the jail, examinations were done and MMSE was applied. The MMSE is a mini mental state examination that is a 30-point questionnaire. It could be used in clinical and research studies to measure cognitive impairments. It is often used to detect dementia, but in Sam's case, it was able to detect many different mental health issues. During his testing, he was very alert, patient, and however, he had multiple personalities, which often made him rude, disrespectful, and not cooperative. In the end, his therapist, Calcutta, was able to diagnose him with antisocial personality disorder. Because of this, he was kept in a correctional home and prison environment. Because of this personality disorder, he was expected to deteriorate very fast in these conditions.
Right there. What is your name? How old are you, and why are you here?
My name is Sam. I'm 28, and I'm here because I beat someone up.
All right. So tell me about yourself.
I like to party. I go out every night. I drink a lot of alcohol. I smoke all the time. I fail in school. I don't do my homework.
Okay, and what got yourself here?
Someone owed me a lot of money, and they wouldn't give it to me, so I beat them up.
What is your home like?
I don't want to talk to you.
So Patrick Bateman is a wealthy young 27-year-old in New York, and his big job where he makes most of his money from is an investment banker. And during the day, his life revolves around dining at trendy restaurants, keeping up his appearances for his fiance, and hanging out with his circle of wealthy, shallow associates, which he dislikes most of them. And his daily lifestyle includes a daily morning exercise, beautification routines, and wearing designer wardrobes. And so during the day, he acts as one person, but during the night is where his serial killer side comes out. So he lives this is his gruesome second life as a serial killer. And he constantly abuses and rapes women, harms animals, and he has this strong hunger for power and control, which he also does during the day, but is the anger side of that comes out during the night. And he also has drugs and substance abuse, and he constantly has this feeling of disgust and no remorse at all to whatever he does, thus making him a psychopath.
Although it might seem like Patrick is a good person during the day, the antisocial personality effects come into play when night dawns. Patrick often stated that there were no longer any boundaries to cross because he couldn't fulfill his hunger for violence and danger. This often caused him to harm animals and abuse women, and he was constantly looking for new ways to fulfill this gruesome lifestyle. He stated that he also had a drive to be the most important and make the most profit, and he saw that living this wealthy lifestyle during the day in New York City and then killing people during the night was his way of fulfilling and getting the most profit. Because Patrick continued to run this cycle of destructive behavior, he has accepted the fact that the anti-personality disorder has taken over his life, and at the end, he just continues to feed into this cycle.
Hello. Hi, how are you? I'm doing good, yep. Business is great. We're getting all the money. Yeah, I just bought a new Lambo. Yeah. Yup. Alright, well I have to go. Something just came up. Yep.
So, in conclusion, anti-personality disorder is an enduring pattern of personal experiences and behaviors that noticeably dictate from the expectations of cultures. People with personality disorder will do anything that they want without considering the consequences for themselves and others. They'll also do things without feelings or any remorse or guilt. On the surface, people might seem charming, but in reality, they are likely to be irritable and aggressive and usually irresponsible. They have very manipulative mindsets and oftentimes don't know when someone is telling them the truth. This disorder also affects how a person thinks. Personality disorder is an enduring pattern of personal experiences and behaviors that noticeably dictate from the expectations of cultures. People with personality disorder will do anything that they want without considering the consequences for themselves and others. They'll also do things without feelings or any remorse or guilt. On the surface, people might seem charming, but in reality, they are likely to be irritable and aggressive and usually irresponsible. They have very manipulative mindsets and oftentimes don't know when someone is telling them the truth. This disorder also affects how a person thinks, perceives things, feels, or relates to others. Ranges mild to severe.
About 3% of the general population in the United States is affected by this disorder, and it's 6 times more common in men than it is in women. And this is because antisocial personality disorder is oftentimes found among males who abuse alcohol and drugs because they are more common to abuse those types of things. And this disorder is less common in older age groups, and this suggests that people can learn over time to change their behavior. This personality disorder can also develop when a child grows up in a bad circumstances or environment, such as hard parenting or...
Prisoner Sam would have a 30 global assessment of functioning because his behavior is considerably influenced by delusions or hallucinations, serious impairment in communication or judgment of ability to function in nearly all areas, whereas Patrick would get a 50 because he has serious symptoms of impairment in social, occupational, and business functioning.